Okay, so I'm learning to follow my cues when I get a flow, like I get the flow of something, and then to record. So, okay, so first things first. I think that there is something really big happening right now when we're talking about conflict resolution. I'm noticing that there is, say, there's two parties, obviously. Could be anybody. And one person is concerned, hurt, upset, insert emotion here, okay? Wants to talk to B person. There's A and B. B person, I'm going to have this conversation with B person. What's happening is, whatever the moment was that upset that person, there are two movies always consecutively, is that the right word? Consecutively, happening simultaneously at the same time. And it may look like you are having the exact same moment, but everybody has different viewfinders. Like, you remember a long time ago, we had these toys called viewfinders. If you were born after the 2000s, 1990s, you probably don't know about this, but it was this little red kind of camera thing. You'd look through it, and then it had this little circle of film that you would put inside it, and then you could click through the pictures. What I want you to think about is, everybody is the view. The situation is the viewfinder, okay? And then we all have our little, everybody, okay, I'm not explaining this right, but everybody has a viewfinder, and then we're all putting our little films in it, and those are our wounds, our wounding, okay? So whether that's abandonment or inadequacy or perfectionism, and some of us got a whole bunch of them, okay? So what happens is, we're having an experience. Let's say everybody's just going through life, and then somebody gets hurt, has concern, whatever, they want to come and talk to you about it, okay? I want you to think about when they bring that to you. That is like, Eckhart Tolle calls these the pain bodies, but I like to call them hurt babies. Because I want you to, especially if somebody's being really super vulnerable and they're telling you that you hurt their feelings or something about what your behavior did or whatever, even if you didn't mean to. Because honestly, I feel like most people have no fucking clue. They're not out here trying to hurt people. I think that they're unconscious, or, again, we're just all doing life in our own little way. That when that person says, hey, I want to talk to you about something, I'm really hurt by that. I want you to imagine that, or, I can't tell you what to do, but I can just say, can you imagine that that person is literally coming in front of you as a hurt baby? Like a little cute, precious baby that is telling you that you hurt their feelings. Now, often in arguments, or how arguments get started, or in conflict conversations, what happens is that little precious baby will come up, and then the other person is like, that's not what happened. Wow, no, that's that. I don't know where you were, but that's not how I see it. Blah, 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 blah. So basically what you're doing is you're taking their little cute, sweet little hurt baby, and you're saying, nope, that didn't happen. Go sit down. Go, that's not what happened. And you're like, it's so dismissive. You would never do that to a child. You would never, a child that's hurt and crying and saying, oh, I'm so upset, will you help me? Because that is what we're doing in conversation. When we come and we're being super vulnerable to someone and we're saying, hey, this really hurt my feelings, what we're doing is coming to fix it, to make it better, to connect so that can be solved, because it's a hurt. So my suggestion, and what I have found to be so successful, especially in, actually my daughter taught me. So trust me when I tell you, your daughters, they're there. They are teaching you so much more than you'll ever teach them. Your children. I don't want to just say daughters, but my daughters have taught me so incredibly much. But my daughter used to say, wow, Mom, you are, I would explain away, you know, because part of me was like, oh, I can't believe you would say that to me. Like, I've tried everything I could to be a good parent. I've tried everything to be a good mother. I of course, everybody gets to have mistakes. But what I wasn't doing was recognizing the hurt. I was not seeing that she was hurt about it. And honestly, that's how healing occurs. When you just acknowledge that pain had occurred. I feel like if we were to just solve that, if you just took, and somebody said, and honestly, I'm not perfect at this. I try really hard. Sometimes my shit gets in the way, right? I'm still human. But if you just tried really hard to, first and foremost, address the hurt. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry that I hurt your feelings. I would never want you, never, ever. Okay, well, this is how I look at it. If somebody's important to you, okay, let's put it that way, and you are self-aware enough that you can set your stuff down, and you can understand that everybody has something, everybody has their own view of things, but what they're doing is expressing what happened in their movie. We're all their own viewfinder, their experience. And what you're doing is just, you're not negating the experience. You're not dismissing it. You're not deflecting. You're not manipulating. What you're doing is simply acknowledging that hurt occurred. I'm so sorry that I hurt your feelings. I'm so sorry that I made you feel some type of way. Because that's not admitting guilt. I think that's the other thing, is people get stuck on admitting guilt. And it's not admitting guilt. It's just saying, oh my gosh, I caused you pain. I'm so sorry. I would never want to do that. Doesn't mean you have to admit guilt. And again, what is guilt? Like, what is, or taking ownership? There's nothing wrong with that. Like, we should do that with people we love. If people are important to us, take ownership of, I guess it's all about recognizing the hurt, understanding that they have had a different movie, and sometimes you're not going to be able to explain it in that moment, especially if they're super emotional. Do not then go into, I just thought that you were doing this, and so I did this. Don't do that. Or temper that lightly, because that could backfire on you. Has on me many times. It's just so first and foremost. And if your person is a touchy person, give them a hug. Do not just sit there if they're crying and their tears are going down their face, and because you're in a place of being miffed because you don't see it that way, or your movie is the way you saw it is the right way, just understand that person that you love is hurting. So they're that little hurt baby, and you love them, and you almost have to, it's almost like pretending that they're moving, you know what I mean? That happened, and I don't want to even say pretending, but like, think of it like that was, like you were watching a movie and it's not personal. They're not taking it and being, and maybe they directed at you, because again, hurt feelings, but I think it's just a matter of understanding that there was hurt caused, whether or not it was meant to, and that you love them, and because you love them, you're going to address the hurt. You're going to say, it's never my intention to make you feel that way, or hurt you, or be disrespectful. It's never my intention to do that. I'm sorry that happened. And then shut up. Be still for a minute. Give them a hug. Especially if, like I said, if they're a touchy person, you give them a hug. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And sorry, like I said, sorry doesn't admit guilt. It just means, gosh, I'm sorry I hurt you. I'm sorry for the hurt. And then, yeah, there'll probably be a time later, maybe not in that moment, maybe in that moment. You have to decipher that. If you try it, and then in any moment there's some, that they immediately respond, Give it a minute. You don't have to talk to them right there in that minute about that. Give it a minute. Just be like, I'm so sorry. Like, what can we do to help you feel better? What can I do? What can I know about that situation next time so that this doesn't happen again? And sometimes you might have to walk away and think about it. That too is self-awareness. Take that. If you feel at any time, that you're getting any sort of worked up when they're in a place of pain, you need to take a break. You're going to need to go away and think about it. You know what? I really want to have this conversation. I feel like I'm getting upset. Let me take a minute. I want to handle this in the best way possible because I know you're hurting. It's consideration. It's consideration. Self-awareness is also consideration. So, anyway, I was thinking about that. That's been sitting in my back teeth, just thinking about like, hey, I think this is really important to witness and also to talk about. So anyway, I love you. Bye.